Hey everybody, Tim here. Just a quick video on how to use this sort of simple lightweight tree kit that I came up with. Just has a few components. It's a locking carabiner with a Nano 8, our Y bridle that is going to be hooked up behind your risers so that it'll make it easier to take your risers off later. And then 60 to 80 feet, depending on what you think you might need of, I think mainly I figure 60 feet is good. It comes in at about a pound, so it's not too much to carry, of 5mm monster cord. And that's why you have this Nano 8 rappel device. It's made for smaller diameter cordages like this. So, first thing we're going to want to do is anchor ourselves to the tree. So, to save time, I just went ahead and laid this out neatly here, and I'm gonna use the weight of all this stuff to throw this around the tree. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pass this rope through my loop. And then, yeah, so anytime you take a component off, it's always a good idea to hook it to yourself somehow so you don't accidentally drop it, because once you drop anything, it's going to make it much more difficult. You could devise some other way to use your carabiners or something, but it's going to make it simpler if you don't drop anything. So now I have the rope anchored to the tree. You could go around the tree. In this case, I have a strong limb here. It's going to make it easier for the demonstration. You could either, if it was clear, I'm trying to show this demonstration like as if you were suspended. I could use the tree and stand on the tree and grab limbs, but worst case scenario, you might be completely suspended from the tree, and that's how this demonstration is going to try and go. So you could either just drop the rope if you kept it nice and neat, or maybe lower it down if you had some thick branches below you, but make sure the rope goes all the way to the ground. Okay. Turn it. The other thing you would want to do is to throw the rope in front of you, because later you're going to have to, so I'll pull it back up, throw it in front of me, because later on I'm going to have to hook a foot loop to stand up on. It's going to make it much easier when the rope's coming out in front where your feet are. Okay, so now we have this in. We'll take the carabiner off. I'll hook my Y bridles together. First, let me go ahead and take this nano off, and I'll just hook it to the rope. Okay. So, just make a loop with the rope, put it through the larger hole on top, put it around it here, and now it's suspended. Hook your other Y bridle in. Okay. Now, so you could connect right here, but what we're going to try and do is we're going to move this approximately half a foot up the rope, and we're going to try and connect it up here so that we can unweight our risers. So you have it hooked up high enough. Use the horn with a double wrap. And now you're going to want to do your foot loop. So your foot loop round about your knee seems to be a good spot. You can just do a loop just big enough for your foot to get in. Okay, have that here. So this is hooked up. I'm going to turn this. So I'm going to use this as my handhold to pull up with. I will grab my carabiner, go ahead and open this up so you're ready to clip into this. So I'm going to use this and my arm to stand up and hook in. Okay, so now, before you unweight your foot, because if you just let this go, you'd slide back down. So before you unweight your foot, hold tension on this, put it through the carabiner, back around the horn, back through the carabiner, around the horn again, and just put it back in the carabiner one more time just to hold it there. Take your foot out of the foot loop, and now you're locked in. You're not going to go anywhere like this. Okay, so this is the way it's taken off the risers. You can undo your speed system. Open your carabiners. 1 off, 2 off. Worst case scenario, you could always hook yourself in, lock yourself in like this if you weren't worried about your wing, or for whatever reason it was trashed, you saw it was ripped in pieces, whatever. You could also just hook knife your way out of your risers and rappel down. But keep all your equipment going. You're off of this, you're on this system. Before you try and rappel down, it's very important to undo your foot loop because it's not going to go through this system. So this might take a second. Put quite a bit of weight on this. It's thinner line, so it's going to be hard to get this knot out. Okay, there it goes. Okay, get your foot loop out. Okay, now we're free. So with this small cordage, you're going to want to be very careful to always be holding tension down. Because when you take these loops off, depending on your weight, when this thing it's going to go fast. So make sure you hold tension on it. One thing you could do to make this a little easier is to put the rope through one of your carabiners on your harness. Just get this out of the way. And you can undo these loops. So take one out here, open this up, pull that out. Okay, kind of test it, let it go. Okay, it still needs more. Usually these 2 wraps on the horn is enough. So you can already see it started to slip. So be ready to get it off of there. Okay, there we go. That's going to be enough. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, get this one out of here. Okay, now I'm ready to rappel. So I'm hold this, maybe lock this off for safety, just so nothing weird happens. And just rappel down out of the tree. Hold it up this way for the brake. The little tension on here is all you need. If for some reason you need to lock it back off, you can always, do another wrap around the horn, put it through the carabiner, but go ahead and rappel down. All right, that's it. So definitely practice with this. It's not super easy. Make sure you know how to do it, because when you're in the real situation, it's going to be a little more challenging. All right, hope that helped. See you, everybody.